Hi everyone, welcome to this first case study for Liveblocks. My name is Emmanuel, I'm a developer relation engineer at Liveblocks. Here I am today with Michael Aubry, founder of Motionbox. Hi
Yeah.
Michael, thank you very much for being here with us today. Could you please introduce yourself and Motionbox in a few words?
Yeah, Motionbox. Well, first of all, my name is Michael. I'm based out of San Diego, and I'm building Motionbox, which is you can think of it as Figma for video, basically in a nutshell. And the main thing that Figma offers that Sketch and a bunch of the Adobe products didn't offer was multiplayer and collaboration. And not only is that cool in the sense of being able to unite teams, but it's also great in terms of business strategy because by offering multiple seats, you're able to create sort of a higher end package for teams, which has never been seen before. So it's like kind of a newer thing that we're starting to see in a lot of SaaS products, and it's really important to have. And so that's why I saw Liveblocks, and I thought that you guys would be a good solution for what it is that we're trying to accomplish on our mission, which is to offer collaboration and to democratize the video editing experience in the browser.
Thank you, Michael. So the first question will be, why did you choose Liveblocks?
Yeah. So initially, I had gone with another solution from word of mouth. I won't name the solution, but basically, it was maintained by I think two brothers, and apparently, I guess like over time, they lost interest in the project, and this was sort of bad for us because we depended so much on their technology. And it was kind of a dark time when I was like, "What are we going to do? Am I going to have to build CRDTs myself?" And that's when we came across you guys again from word of mouth from a developer friend of mine who's really integrated in the tech community and he kind of knows all the latest and greatest products. I think maybe you guys were on Hacker News or something, and he came across it, or maybe on Twitter, and recommended it to me. And ever since then, it's been great meeting the founders and developers on this project. It's been an amazing experience so far.
How easy was it to make your app multiplayer with Liveblocks?
Yeah, it was extremely easy, and the exciting thing was it sort of I've been around for a while since like the early days of Liveblocks, probably closer to a year now, give or take. And in the initial days, it was fun to work with Guillaume because it was such a greenfield project in a sense. I don't know how greenfield it was, but at least at the time, we were still kind of specking out the API and the sort of the shape and the terminology and stuff. And so it's been great to see it progress. And in the early days, ever since then, and now it's just getting easier and easier. But even then, it was easy. But now it's just getting better and better. And as we sort of put it to the test and try out different things and have different use cases, we're finding easier ways to implement it. And I talked to Guillaume, and it seems like the future is bright. There's going to be a lot of cool things down the road. So I'm excited for that.
Yes, effectively, we value a lot developer experience at Liveblocks.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
can you tell us more about your architecture?
Yeah, so I mean, in most modern apps, you're going to expect like React.js. Sort of Redux was a big thing in the past, but I've kind of moved away from that. So now I'm just basically using Liveblocks as my main data store. We use a lot of like ZooStand, which is a nice sort of modern minimal way to set up a data store. And so that in combination with Liveblocks is sort of like the way we handle data. We save stuff in Postgres SQL, and we sort of synchronize things between our like main database and Liveblocks. And so it's that combined with React, combined with hooks, and pretty much anything that you could think of in terms of modern architecture. And then plus some AWS stuff. That's like kind of like for the video rendering engine, which is kind of outside the sort of the scope of the question. But in terms of like on the front end, just integrating with Liveblocks has been great with our current stack, which is hooks and React and all that.
Sounds great. In fact, we are working on the Zeston integration for Liveblocks. It will be coming in the following weeks, I think.
I heard. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Liveblocks real-time performances?
I think it's amazing, and the deeper that you get into sort of performance and how to best implement it using the best practices provided in the docs, and the nice thing is that if you have to reach out to Guillaume, the lead developer, the CTO, he'll give you some tips and tricks, and he's actually helped me a little bit with performance optimizations. I spent the whole week just going through and following his tips and following the documentation, and the app is fast. It's moving really smooth. And I think even because of that, within that same week, we got more conversions that we had normally gotten in any given week. And so I don't know if it's correlated to the performance updates, but I'm pretty damn confident that it is.
The next question is, do you store data on Liveblocks?
So the way it works right now, and this is something that we're talking about with Guillaume, is the synchronization between how we store data in our
Yeah.
own database, which is Postgres, and then synchronizing that with Liveblocks, which is really cool. There's a few things that we've talked about that I know that are in the works. But basically, yeah, what we do is we persist data to our PostgreSQL database. We actually use another service called Prisma, which is really nice, and
Mhm.
they act as really utility-based ORM. That's sort of beyond just a standard ORM. They offer a lot of goodies, and so we use them. We basically use GraphQL to basically go through Prisma and persist our data on PostgreSQL, but we also synchronize it with Liveblocks. And so Liveblocks is sort of our frontline data source. It's more like temporary. It could break, whatever, but it's sort of the thing that we sort of use in the front line, and then we pass that through into our database for like much more reliability and secure to secure the data in a much more like predictable way. Whereas then we just synchronize it with Liveblocks and we let Liveblocks kind of be the multiplayer engine. Um, so yeah.
Great. So, did you have the chance to measure the impact of Liveblocks on your business?
Yeah, I mean, it's more through speculation and just observation. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, in terms of performance, just that 1 week when we did the upgrades, we've gotten much more customers in that 1 week than we had in the prior weeks. So there's definitely a huge correlation there. I would love to, implement our strategy and optimize for collaboration and multi seats, which is coming down the road, and I think it's going to have a huge impact for sure.
How was your experiences interacting with the Liveblocks team?
It's been amazing. It's been extremely delightful. Guillaume is awesome, and Steven, he seems like a really good dude. I've only interacted with him once, but I've seen him, here and there on social media, and he seems like a really nice guy. But Guillaume, from just like a purely like technical standpoint, has been a pleasure to work with, and I know it's like purely business at this point, but he definitely feels like a friend. And so I consider him a friend, and he's somebody that I really enjoy talking technical specifications with because he really knows his stuff. And being a prior employee at Envision App, which is a product that I've always admired, is really reassuring knowing that he's worked on such a large project that also has collaboration. And so, yeah, he's been great, and the team is awesome.
I can confirm it's great to work with them.
Yeah, he's
So,
awesome, dude.
is there anything you want to add, any feedback or feature request?
No, I think Guillaume and I have talked about sort of the things that are on my mind, like being able to sort of have like a single player mode, being able to sort of decouple live blocks from the actual like source code that you create, because one of the problems is like if you have too much of a dependency on one thing and then the thing shuts down, that's kind of scary. But the thing is about you guys, I know you just raised some money and you guys are in it for the long game. And so I have like pure confidence in the product. But one of the things that I think would be nice is be able to decouple the data store from like any sort of components and stuff. So like that's kind of like a thing that I would like down the road. The ability to sync data much more declaratively rather than imperatively. But other than that, I mean, like I think you guys already have that in the pipeline. I think the nice thing about you guys is you listen to your customers and you put it to action.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you again, Michael, for your time. You gave us very useful insight about what you've done with Liveblocks for Motionbox. I hope you like this video and I see you in the next time. Bye, Michael. Bye.
Bye.